Greetings, shalom, salama, welcome, karibu sana, karibuni. Welcome to the channel, Mambo Habari. What's up, fam? Thank you for tuning in. This is Wanda. This is Dice World Connect. Welcome back to the channel. I want to do a video today, and I wanted to talk about how I manage when we have lights out, or the power goes out, or the electricity goes out. How do I manage? Now, I personally do not have a generator. So when the electricity goes out and when the power goes out and when the grid goes down, um, I'm out. I'm on the grid, so I'm out. I don't have a generator, so I'm out. Lights out for me. So there are many things I have learned to do when the electricity or the power or the grid goes down, lights go out. There are many things that I have learned to do. I have adjusted to the power outs. They don't happen that much here in Tanzania. Like it's like at one point a couple of years ago, maybe a year or two ago, it started doing it a lot more, but it hasn't been really bad lately. So I would say maybe once every couple of days, and it'll go out for a couple of hours. So it did it this morning. It went out like early this morning, maybe at like not early, maybe like 7, and it was out until like noon, something like that. But yeah, it goes out. I'm sorry, I forgot to twist this all the way down, y'all. It goes out, and sometimes it. So for me, I don't have a generator. So I have a fan and I don't have an air con. So when it goes out, I wake right up because my fan is over my bed and it's it stops and it gets hot. So the way that I manage through these times is patience, experience. So for me, it is hot. But when the power or electricity goes out, then my fan goes off. So it's hot, but I'm learning to adjust to sleeping without a fan on. It is hot, but if you lay still, um, like I do, you don't feel as hot. It is hot now, don't get me wrong. And also, I have some little portable USB fans, so I can use those as well. So if my face gets, it's usually my face that gets really hot. So I usually put the fan on my face. I can sit, I can prop it up, or I can just hold it till I cool down. So that's one way at night when the fan goes off. It's hot. It's uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. You can also get up and shower if you would like to. If you're too hot and you're sleeping, you can just jump in a cold shower or jump in the shower, and that'll cool you down, help you to be able to sleep. I always bathe before I go to bed at night because it's hot here, so I sleep better when I'm freshly out of the shower. I sleep better. So usually I don't have any problems. Even if it goes out in the middle of the night, I'm usually okay. But yeah, that's kind of how I manage. I basically tough through it. You know, sometimes you can. When I first arrived here in power, the electricity would go out, and I would just get up early and just go to a cafe. Go to a local cafe and just spend the day there until it comes back on. So I'll go for breakfast or whatever time it is. If it's in the afternoon and I feel like it, I'll go for lunch or dinner and then come back. And by the time I get back, the electricity is usually back on. So, but I'm used to now, if it goes out, I usually stay home because I'm used to it now. So I usually figure things out. So if it goes out, it depends on the time it goes out. We don't have a set time, so it's not like a load shedding schedule. It's not like that. It's unexpected. So if it goes out early and you're in the bed sleeping, it's probably gonna come back on by the afternoon for you to at least, cook something. Now I have a Gico or a Gico grill. It's like a mini grill basically, and I have that outside. So if I need to cook and the electricity is out, I have my little grill outside and I can cook food on it. I've done it before. It is very hot in here in Tanzania. A lot of people have outdoor kitchens, so they cook outside because it's so hot here. Especially the locals, they usually cook outside. But I have a stove that has two gas and two electric eyes, but I don't have the gas connected to the stove. I use the electric. So If the power goes out, then I can't use the stove, so I'll just cook on the grill outside. I don't feel safe, to be honest. It's just me. I don't feel safe with gas, messing with the gas here. I know they have the different ways you turn it off, turn it on, and all that, but I don't feel comfortable. I never really had experience working gas, even in America. If we had gas, it was just, it was already wired in. I didn't have to turn on the gas and turn it off. I did on the stove. But here you have a gas tank that you have to turn on and all that and make sure you turn it off and all that. And they don't have they don't have smoke detectors in their houses. They don't have, if you build a house here, you can have one built in smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, all that. They don't have those here. So I'm very cautious about that. So I prefer to have the not deal with gas. That's just me. A lot of the people around and a lot of the diaspora here, they have gas, so they just turn it on and turn it off. I'm not comfortable with that. So I'm not comfortable working with gas. Maybe somewhere in the future I will be, but right now, yeah, I don't. I'd rather just cook on the grill outside. I have a little bottle that I get a little gas for, and then I light my wood or charcoal with a little drop of gas. So that's the most I can deal with gas. I don't want gas in where I live inside and outside. It probably would be all right, but I don't want a big thing of gas sitting outside on my porch. I don't know. I'm leery of that. So, but when the electricity goes out, I just basically figure it out. Like if it's at night, if I get too hot, I just jump in the shower, take a cool shower. During the day, I'm usually, if the electricity is off, I could clean up. So I'll start cleaning, mopping, run me some, because the water and everything is still working. So I'll just start cleaning basically. If the electricity is out, I'll just get up, mop everything, just clean everything. I'll usually have fruit and vegetables here. I try to make sure when I shop, I have a lot of fruit and vegetables. So if the electricity is out, I'll just make a salad. I'll cut up some fruit, um, just cut up some food or if I'm planning on cooking a meal like later on, I'll just start cutting up the vegetables. I don't have a blender right now, so I usually just hand cut up everything. And I don't want to blend my vegetables that go in certain meals, like yeah. But eventually I'll get a blender, but I don't have one. I have the mini blender, but it already broke. I brought one just to make drinks with, and I used it a couple of times, and it's broke. It's a little Chinese. A lot of the products here are from China and they're cheap. They don't really last long, like the products in the West. A lot of the products in the West are from China too, but for some reason the quality is better. So yeah, that blender, I only got a couple of uses out of it and it died on me. So I need to get a real blender, a big, heavy duty one. Um, so just to make certain meals, or I like salsa, so I make my own salsa when they don't really sell salsa here. I love salsa and chips, like chips and dip. I like that. So I'll get an avocado, make my own little avocado dip, and then I like to have, like the salsa from tomatoes. So I use it. I've been making my own, and I was using a blender, but it broke, so I got to get another one because I love to make my own salsa, and I make my own like pico de gallo, whatever, and I have like the chips and the dips. They don't sell the salsa here anywhere, so I just make my own. And eventually I might start making it and selling it because they don't have it here, and a lot of us from the West, we like salsa. I think the locals will probably like it too, but they're just not they just haven't really had the opportunity to have it because they don't really sell it, but they usually make their own little sauces for their ugali, and they have different sauces for their cassava. And so, and those sauces that they have tomatoes in it, and so it's like a salsa, but it doesn't taste like a salsa. So I usually put the ingredients in mine to make it actually taste like salsa. But yeah, but that's basically what I do. I just manage. I either clean up, uh, prep for cooking, or cook me a meal, plant-based meal. Most of us here in Africa, when we shop, we usually get a lot of fruit and vegetables. So that's just an opportunity for me to cut up everything and have me a salad or garden salad or fruit salad, or I'll usually keep bread in here so you can have sandwiches. So you buy food that you can eat if the power or the electricity goes out. You won't be hungry. Um, Also, there are places you can go around here, restaurants, local. You can get local food, or they have other, places that you can go to. You can go to a cafe, and have a meal, have a lunch, have a breakfast, have tea, coffee, sit there under the air because they have aircon. So yes, it's manageable. Like I've been able to. It's been going out a lot in the middle of the night when I'm asleep, waking up. It's very hot. So I can use my fans. Eventually, it comes back on and it cools me down. So, yeah, I've been able to manage. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting accustomed to the heat because it's very hot here in Dar. And a lot of people say it's too hot for them, but it's okay for me. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting accustomed to it. And even for me, I have cold and hot flashes because of my age. I guess menopause. I'm in menopause or menopause, and so I get cold and hot. I have the hot and cold flashes. So I already have that going on. So when electricity is on, I always have a fan right on me. So I have a big fan on me, and I have a small fan, handheld fan that I can hold. And it's usually weird because when I feel hot, it's usually my face and neck. Other parts of my body, I don't feel the heat, but I feel it in my face and my neck. That's, because I start sweating around my head and everything, in my hair and everything. So yeah, but that's kind of how I manage when we have power out, electricity out, power down. A lot of people, like I said, you can have a generator, you can get a mini generator. They don't have the mini generators with electric generators. Like I want the mini generator that uses that you can charge electricity, and then also the solar panels that come with it. That's nice too. But here they mainly have the gas generators, and those are like kind of like the bigger ones. And so I've seen those, and I'm like, I don't know if I want a big one like that. It's like heavy duty big generator, and they're kind of heavy. So I need a smaller one. I don't want a big one like that. So that's why I didn't bother buying one. And the power outs don't bother me. Now, if they were more often, more frequent, then I would probably have to get a generator. But they're not that frequent for me to buy a big heavy duty generator. I want a small one that like the people in America have. Like the people who have they do the car life or the van life. They have the little small generators. I want a small one that you can plug up and charge electricity, and that has the solar panels to it. The sun can charge, the generator through the solar panels. So I want one like that. So we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm able to manage. It's not like I know when I have people come to visit. I had some sisters come to visit, and if I used to rent a room out, and they would stay with me, and they would be sending me messages like on my phone, like, "Oh, the electricity's out," or they would feel panicked, and I would tell them it's okay, it's okay. I would have to calm them down, like it's okay, we'll just do this. I always have alternatives for us to do when the electricity goes out. Now we could always just get a ride for them because they're new to it and they're not used to being without electricity. I'll just say we'll get a driver and we'll go to a cafe, or we'll go for breakfast, or we'll go for lunch. Instead of us cooking breakfast or lunch or dinner, we'll just go out to eat. So that's kind of what I do to get them acclimated into the fact of if the electricity goes out, you don't have to panic. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. We can manage. We can just do this instead. We can do this instead. Or we could go for a walk. You don't feel like going far and, you know, to a cafe or whatever, you can just walk around your neighborhood and get exercises outside, go for a walk, stop at the fruit stands, their stands, and go. It's things you can do. Like I guess I'm used to it because I've been here for going on 4.5 years now, and so I've learned to manage through the electricity power grid going down, electricity out. So it's basically almost like an off grid situation. You figure it out. Um, there have been times my phone has died. I have a battery pack to charge my phone. So if the power goes out, I keep that charged so I can keep the phone charged. But there have been times where you might have to pick up a book or you may have to write something, or it's, besides using technology. Um, and it's good because it's getting us accustomed, or getting me accustomed to not always having technology. If something were to happen, I would be okay being off grid. Like I wouldn't be bored out of my mind. I would be able to find stuff to do, especially if you have like a garden or if you have land. If you're off the grid and you can't talk on the phone, you're going to find something to do, whether it's, reading a book, whether it's, writing something down, writing your thoughts, a diary or whatever, um, you know, cleaning your house, doing things that you probably would normally do, dusting and mopping, sweeping, pulling stuff out, reorganizing. It's always things that you can do if the electricity is out, besides leaving and running off to a cafe or somewhere for, lights. That is another option that you can do. Um, yeah, so it's several things that you can do, and I've been able to manage, and all is well. So, yeah, I just want to do this video about how I manage when the power grid or the lights go out here in Africa, specifically Tanzania, because I think the grid goes down all across Africa and people do different things to manage. A lot of people get generators. That's the main thing. A lot of the restaurants here and hotels and all that, they all have generators. So if push came to shove and you needed to be in an environment like that, you can go to a local cafe, you can go to a restaurant, you can go to a hotel, and yeah, and they have generators. So all is well. It's not the end of the world. You go to the mall, they have a generator. You want to just spend the day, you go to the mall, stay there for a couple of hours, and come back. I used to do that too. So it's different things that you can do, ways that you can manage in Africa, maneuvering through the power outs or the grid going down, and you do not have a generator. If you have a generator, you all good, all is well. If lights go out, generator kicks in, and everything comes back on, or you can just connect your devices to a generator so you won't be completely out of communication. So yeah, all right. So thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor and don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for tuning in.